Hi, I'm PoChu AuYeung, Program Manager and Senior Programmer for the Vancouver International Film Festival. We're very pleased we have with us now the director and co-writer for the film from Myanmar, Money Has Four Legs, Maung. And welcome, Maung.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So, Maung, maybe first we start off asking you the question. I mean, the title, Money Has Four Legs. Can you explain a bit what that means?
Okay. Money Has Four Legs originally come from the meaning and that money has the four legs and human has the two legs. So money runs faster than humans. So when human look for the money, they cannot catch it, and when money runs after them, they cannot escape it. So it's a kind of old tradition and comes from the old traditional saying, but then it also have the other meanings as well, because the originally the Burmese Burmese title is only four legs. So it has the other meanings of the, because I also got the inspiration from the anime fans, in which they have the same they have, so those written that writing that they have the animals has four legs, and human has two legs. So four legs is better than two legs. So it has a lot of meaning hidden inside the story. So yeah, I don't want to go details into that, but you will get that.
Okay, well, yeah. So this is your first feature film, right? And
Yes.
so this is the film. It's also about a filmmaker making a film. You know, it's not his first feature. So are there any kind of autographical element that you want to put in the filmmaker in the film?
Yes, actually, it's a lot of the self-references inside the film when developing the story. Because when I started developing the story, I was actually inspired from the life story of my friend, one of the filmmakers, struggling filmmakers in Myanmar. But then again, when developing the film itself, the characters and the situation, or actually came a lot came from my own experiences. So actually, it is kind of a is a self biographical yeah, making fun of myself thing.
So is this, did you sort of, when you make this film, have you go in mind that you want to make a satire, a comedy?
Yes, when I started developing the story, it was, yeah, actually all the time, it was all the time comedy, satire.
And so when you, what is your background in terms of, did you sort of study film before, or
Oh,
so?
okay. Originally, I started as an animator. So when I was young, and when I was still in university, my university degree was is a foreign language, Japanese language. So I was learning the Japanese at the university, and I started learning the animation by myself. And then again, I started working in Singapore for like 4 or 5 years before coming back to Myanmar in 2012. It was a good time in Myanmar when Myanmar started to open again. So at that time, I was working in Singapore as a the animator and visualizer for the 3D animation things. So, but at the time, I asked myself what I want to be. So then I decided I want to be a filmmaker. So at that time, I know very little about filmmaking, and actually I have no proper education or a lot of knowledge with the filmmaking. But then I decided I wanted to be filmmaker. So then I came back to Myanmar and I started my own production company, and I started doing the commercial commercial TV commercials. And then again in 2016, then I got an award for the script, and I got a chance to learn a bit of filmmaking in Czech in Famu for over a month. Then a lot of the filmmaking knowledge came from watching a lot of films.
Well, that's the thing, because I was just curious, because this film is also a kind of tribute to the 100th year, right, of the golden years of the Burmese film industry. So when you were growing up, when you were in, Myanmar, and when it's relatively, I mean, you have the military and then it opens up, were you able to have access to a lot of foreign films in the country?
Before 2012, we have always access to the foreign films, but especially the Hollywood films, Bollywood films, and also the Chinese film, especially the films from neighboring country and from Hollywood. So I would say we are familiar with the international films, but then again, it's the mainstream successful films. And then starting from the 2012, we got the better internet, faster internets, and then we also started to get the open to the exposure to the outside world, and also the actually, as for me, I have discovered the films, the independent film at that time. It was kind of enlightenment, or that kind of things also exist. So so internet has contributed a lot. So of course, in Myanmar at that time, we still have the economic sanctions, so we could not really buy the official version of the film. So a lot of people pirated it.
So what about the process of this film? Because, to make this film, Money Has Four Legs, what are the challenges, because do you have any sort of, at that time, before the coup, before the military coup, did you have kind of any subsidy from the government? So how do you make this come about to make this first film?
Okay, the government doesn't have any kind of support or the for the any kind of support for the films. Not my film only, but almost all of the films produced in Myanmar. So we don't have government support, and government even have the restriction as the very strict censorships, such as so the thing is that when I developed this, starting to develop the story, it was very difficult for me because I was not used to writing the script. But then again, I try managing by experimenting with a lot of form and a lot of things. Then in 2016, I won the Myanmar Script Fund Award from Memory Film Festival. So that thing actually have helped me a lot for motivation of making this film happen. We trying to find funding from the investors at that time, but the thing is that we were I was not really doesn't have any experience with the filmmaking or the finding firms or the applying firms or the anything at all. it was like total, total newbie and anything. So the thing is that finally, I decided to make the film with my own money in yeah 2020.
And your producer, right? It's also the co-writer Maung, and
Yes.
he's also the co-writer. And
Yes.
I read that she sort of was arrested after the coup. So I hope she is well now.
Okay. She was arrested at June 5. She was detained in an interrogation center for about a month. But then again, a lot of film festivals issue statements for her release, and now she was transferred to insane prison right now, and she is in the political prisoner ward with the charge of Pinnacle 505A. So it was a Pinnacle that can be prison up to 3 years. So right now, I'm trying to help her anything I can for her release, and I think a lot of people are also wishing for that. And thank you for them for that.
Yes, we, on behalf of our audience, my hearts go out to her, and we wish for her early release too. And please, tell her Vancouver, say hi to her.
Yes, I would. Thank you.
Yeah. And so, what about you talk about the censorship, right? The filmmaker in your film experience. So, what kind of censorship you went through with this film when you yourself?
Okay, the censorship in general is not only I went through, it is the thing that everybody has to go through, even though the country was opening up for like opening up in during the many decades for the first time. But then again, the cinema, the film, they still have to face the same censorship because it doesn't change that much. So the thing is that the censorship is so strict that it is so conservative that they think that censorship exists to protect the Burmese film and the traditional value of the Burmese films. So they have to keep being existed. So that's the kind of ideology behind the censorship. So basically, you cannot do anything that insults the country, the people, or the religion, the majority religion, or religion like Buddhism, Christianity, and Muslim, or anything like that. And also, you cannot you cannot criticize the government, the government institutions such as the military, police, the firefighter, or any other institution inside the institution, or the people from the institutions has to be good guys. So the soldier cannot be bad guy, the police cannot be corrupted, the government leader cannot be corrupted or something like that. So the Cowriters, and most of the Burmese film, the Cowriters are like very, how can I say?
Black and white kind of thing.
Yeah. So, and also for they also don't allow the explicit content such as the even the kissing. So we cannot kiss. We cannot kiss on screen, and we cannot have sex on screens. And so when we want to show the people having sex on the screen, we show the flower pot fall down, something like that. Yeah.
I like the one that here, like with the producer and the lover, right? It's suggested,
Yeah.
And so with, you try to make, of course, make comments, right, about the corruption, about the inequality, but couched, in a sort of comedic form, like kind of satire. So after the film it's made, do you have to go through like for approval before it can be released?
Yes, actually, the film was actually when you see the films, you can see the first scene of the scene is the reality of the censorship. So I was really trying to question the censorship. I was uh, uh, trying to take the initiation of the first step to test the censorship. So it was some kind of move from my side. And I have got a lot of support from other filmmakers. So before the coup, we even have a lot of filmmakers started the initiation of or to replace the censorship with the rating system. So a lot of filmmakers has been making the campaign about that, and we are having a lot of success with the support of a lot of people. Then again, in February 1st, we got the military coup and everything just gone forever.
So it's hard to know the future, what the future of filmmaking in Myanmar will be, right?
Yeah, in general, filmmaking in Myanmar has completely stopped for like nearly 2 years already because of the COVID-19 situation. Last year, 2020, even though 2020 was the 100th year of Myanmar cinema, we actually made only a little bit of celebration because of the filmmaking and cinema all stopped since the March, since 2020 March. So with the current political situations, and I don't think the filmmaking in Myanmar can reach that anytime soon.
Yeah, that's really, unfortunate, because I read that as a couple of the actors in your film, they themselves are documentary filmmakers, right?
Yeah, the lead actors, the protagonist and the wife of the protagonist, they are actually the real documentary filmmakers, and the other the second lead male, the brother-in-law Cowriter,
Yeah.
he was a independent singer.
Okay. And has the film been released in Myanmar? Because
No, actually, I have submitted to the censorship last November after the premiere of the film. But then again, at the time, the censorship office was closed, and it was about to open in February. But then again, it cannot open. So I can say the process of my film is stopped just on the way.
yeah, well, at least it get to travel to quite a few festivals, right? It was in Busan last year, last winter, and then you were just at Locarno, and it was also in the Far East Cinema in Italy.
Yes, yes.
Udine, and then you and now before at the beginning you told me that now you are actually in Europe, in Paris, ready
Yes.
for your residency for the Cine Fondation. So are you going to are they going to help you to make your next project, or you have a project in mind already?
Yes, actually, I started developing my second project last year. So yeah, it's the project. Yeah, but it will be quite difficult because the filmmaking location is stayed in Myanmar.
Okay, so you plan to go back to make the film.
Yes, I'm thinking about it. It will have a lot of difficulty, but then I like challenges.
Mm-hmm. And is it going to be a comedy?
No, it will be there will be some comedies, but the approach will be quite different, and the story is going to be quite dark.
Mm-hmm. So how long would you going to be in Europe to for the residency?
For until next year, I think February or March.
Well, we wish you very best with your next project, and we hope that we will have a chance to consider it for our festival.
Thank you, thank you.
And well, thank you very much for joining us. And again, we wish you all the best, and also to AuYeung for her release.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm wishing for her really very much. Yeah.
And all the best.
Thank you.